Hey there everybody, Paolo here, and welcome back to Dark Souls. Today, what are we going to do today? We're going to do several things on our agenda. First, I got to correct some mistakes I have shown in the past, some really dumb things I've done, a few other little odds and ends I want to show off, and then I think we're actually going to head into the Duke's Archives. So, it's been actually, you guys won't see this because of how the videos are uploaded and I record them in bunches, but it's been about a week, maybe a week and a half since I played this tune right here. Since that time I've been playing on another guy, my strength build character, and I've gone through and completed the game, killed every single boss, even the DLC, and started a new game plus and cleared some of that stuff and everything also. I've just been going through, making sure I don't skip over anything in this video. Also, it allows me to practice on bosses that you guys don't have to see. And I've come across some mistakes that I've made and things I should have done, and I want to correct those in the beginning of this episode. The first thing we're going to do is, I'm sure anybody that plays this game and has beaten it is probably freaking out and been yelling at me about this one. I've been kindling bonfires with the right, but not as far as they can actually go. These bonfires can actually be kindled all the way up to giving us 20 Estus Flasks. So 3 kindlings. You light it, and then 3 more souls. If you're dead, it's going to take you a total of 4 humanity in order to do it. 1 to reverse hollowing, and then 3 to kindle it all the way up to the plus 20 point. And this can be done for every single bonfire in the game. I'm going to go ahead and actually warp out of here. We're going to go back to the Firelink Shrine. That's going to be the main one we kindle first. So, that's just been unbelievably dumb of me. I don't know how I didn't know that before, but yep, the Rite of Kindling gives you 2 additional kindles on top of the original. What else do we have? So any of these kindled bonfires, if you do come back in and play New Game Plus, they will automatically, they won't be burning. You'll have to go through and discover them. You also won't have the Lord Vessels, so you won't be able to warp. But when you do discover them, if they've been kindled 3 times, so they're plus 20, you'll instantly get plus 20 out of that. So it's not a bad idea if you plan on doing New Game Plus and you have the extra humanity. Kindle them all the way, and it'll save you next time you come through. You won't have to worry about kindling them at all, and you can just stock up those humanities. There's also a point in the DLC we'll get to where you can farm humanities pretty efficiently. In about 30 minutes, I farmed, say, 30 or so regular single humanities and about 10 or so double humanities. And that was about 30, maybe 45 minutes worth of farming. So once you do the DLC, you can farm up the humanities, go through light most of the bonfires, and do that. What else do we have to do? The other thing we've been kind of overlooking, and I really show it, especially with the dexterity build. Let's go to, what do we have? 36,000 souls. Let's go to the Undead Parish. What we want is, we're going to want a bow coming up here soon. It's going to make things a lot easier for both the Duke Archives and some of the later content in order to solo pull guys. So we're going to want to level up a bow. And which bow do we want? Dragon Slayer longbow is neat, but you can't move with it. The Black Parish bow is actually kind of alright. It's got an S dexterity rating. The regular longbow has an A dexterity rating, but it has a longer range. So it has a shot range of 50. You know, that has a 65 shot range. Composite bow has 38. Short bow has that, 50. So we're probably going to do here the Black Bow of Faris, as long as it doesn't need, depending on what it needs. If it's Titanite, we're fine, or just regular Titanite. If it's Twinkling Titanite or something, we might consider something else.
What a brilliant ember you have there. I've only heard legends of such specimens.
What ember is this?
Used for the secret rites of divine blacksmiths. Perhaps you could lend it to me. I've long dreamed of forging
The Divine Ember. I don't remember where we got that.
splendid, Andre.
We've been carrying it around for some time, though. Where's the Divine Ember? That's down in the graveyard. That's right. Isn't it? I don't know. Possibly. Alright, reinforced weapon. Let's take a look at the Ferris bow. And this should, considering it's an S scale on dexterity, which, boy, I hope I'm right here, but S is maximum. So it goes E is lowest, E, D, or no. Is there an F? F is lowest? I don't know. It starts off, I think E is lowest, up to A, and then S is highest. I better double check that. So we see S, that is really high dexterity, I believe. And in order, whoops, reinforced weapon. I was just on it. What does it need for upgrading? The Ferris bow is Titanite shards. Good. Nice. Very nice. I'm actually going to pause the video here. I'm going to double check before I do this and make sure that S is better than A. Because if it's not, then we likely want to do, well, you know what we can do? It's easy to check. Yeah. Stop talking. We don't need to do that. We can check right here in game. We can equip, say, the Ferris bow, and then we can come in and compare it to, say, the regular longbow where it says A. So yeah, S is the highest. So since we're going dexterity heavy, this has the highest scaling with dexterity. It also has the longest range. We want to definitely do the Ferris longbow, or the black bow of Ferris. We could also use the soul that we just got off Gwendolyn at the end of the last episode to make a boss bow. I'm not going to go into that right now, as we'd have to take a bow to plus 10 anyway. Yeah, so what do we want? We need to purchase an item. I think we had 2. Yeah, we have 2, so we need 7 of these. Okay. Reinforced weapon. Black bow of Ferris. Where are ya? Where are ya? Where are ya? There. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what I like to do with this, or what I think we'll probably do, is we will do just straight up to plus 15, so we get the best scaling out of it, and then we will buy... We're at a large titanite. Darn it. We will buy flaming arrows or lightning arrows to give it a attack on those. So we'll be able to use both the dexterity scaling, but we'll also get the status ailments of having the lightning and fire arrows. Do we want to run up to this guy, or do we want to go to the blacksmith? Which one? Blacksmith does... I don't remember. We'll run up to this guy. What else do we need to go over? So we missed the bonfires, did that. Firekeeper souls. At this point, I need to double check, but I'm pretty sure we are done with Quelaag, or Quelaag's sister, the Chaos Sister. And it's time to kill her off and collect her soul. So we have 3 plus 3 Estus Flasks right now. In the Duke's archives, did I just say archives? I think I said archives. In the Duke archives, there's another Firekeeper soul. That'll give us, oh, we haven't reinforced one. We have one. Okay, so, currently on us we have one Firekeeper soul. That is from the Paladin that we killed after we killed Gwyneth, and came running out, and we fought the 2 NPCs, and then her Paladin friend was down at the next lane, and we killed her, and we got another Firekeeper soul. So that'll give us Estus plus 4. The highest Estus Flasks can go up to are plus 7. Now, from what I know, you can't do that in one playthrough. It's impossible to do. Because in order to do it, you'd have to kill off all of the Firekeepers, and then you wouldn't have a Firekeeper in order to reinforce it with. So, we can use that to get it up to plus 4. In the Duke's Archives is another one that gets to plus 5, and that one we can just loot with a key. Then, there is the Chaos Witch, the Spider Lady. So we'll teleport down to her bonfire, we will kindle it all the way up, so at the beginning of the next playthrough I ever do with this character, it'll be fully kindled. But I can kill her then, and that'll give us plus 6, the maximum I can get this playthrough through.
What is it?
And realistically, a plus 6 Estus Flask with our current HP would be enough to almost give us full HP. That's 2,700, yet we're going to do it. Let's see, do we have any souls? Yeah, stop talking. Do we have any souls? Just the Firekeeper soul. I just ate dinner, and now I'm fighting off the hiccups. Let's actually homeward bone it right back to Andre. That's right, I could have warped right up here. No, I can't. Okay, I can't warp there either. That's right, this bonfire isn't one we can warp to. Alright, we can warp back to Andre now. Okay, so we're getting the bow ready. This is going to be our primary... It's not going to be for dealing out damage, but it's going to be for pulling mobs, and there'll be some mobs coming up here in the future that we cannot target with our spells, but you can see them and get a manual target on them. So modify equipment, +6, okay, and then reinforced weapon. We can probably get it up with this many souls to +9 or so. 8, 9, 10, okay. In order to go to +10, I need 3 large Titanite shard. And I only could afford 7, yes. So we're done right there.
Don't get yourself killed.
Actually, yeah. Stop talking. Talk to me. I want to purchase... I know I said we were going to buy flaming arrows. For right now, though, I'm just going to go ahead and max out with what I can buy here. So we're out of souls and everything.
Don't get yourself killed.
Yeah, and then we're going to drop the catalyst, we're going to drop that, let's see, we're going to put, over here we want our pyromancy. Ah, Frennis, we also got to go over that. So many things I've learned. Knowledge is a good thing. Our bow +9. So you can see it's now only 64 damage, which still isn't a lot, but, whoops, I gotta, don't do that yet. You'd figure I'd know how to run these menus by now, but I don't. Come on, where are you? After all 35 dark hands we have, if we go in here and hit this, our main hand, our damage with that is actually 394 because of our dexterity scaling, compared to if we go to, say this, oh no, this is a left-hand weapon, so 263 compared to that, which is 179, compared to the, well, we can't even use that bow. But you can see it's higher than these bows right here. So left-hand weapon 2, 168, 68, 173, 79, and then 263. So it's scaling up quite nicely with our dexterity. Okay. The other thing we're going to go over is I was complaining about there was no way to sell items or whatever, and you know, you just end up with all these items and you can either drop them on the ground or you put them back into the bottomless box or whatever. I was wrong. Fennis or Fenris, whatever this guy's name is, has an ability.
I am fleet is
Feed item. Now, I thought it was mostly shards and souls, but what you can actually do is anything. Well, not most anything. You can actually feed him. We can feed him the shards, we could feed him souls, which are under here, and he'll give you a certain amount. Like the Soul of Civ, he'll give us 4,000 for 20,000 for Gwendolyn, and so forth. But we can also feed him most of the weapons. Now, you get a cruddy little amount of souls for most of these things, but some of him, he gives pretty good amount. Now, I'm not going to sell off things like Priscilla's Dagger. That's just silly, but I will sell off some of the things we have heavy redundancies of. We don't need... How many broken sword hilts do we have? Broken straight sword. So I'm going to sell all these but one. Whoops. Broken straight sword, broken straight sword, broken straight sword. And you can access everything in your bottomless box while here automatically. So this is my entire list of weapons. Every weapon I have, including those in the bottomless box. So you can store things away and then sell them here, and you'll be good to go. Zoolander, Scimitar, Falchion. I'm gonna hold on to both Falchions. We might end up playing with those. We definitely don't need all these jagged ghost blades. We're definitely holding on to our Uchi, the Mailbreaker, the Rapier. Yes, yes, yes. Gargoyle Tail, yes. Okay, yes, 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 yes. Let's go through here. Where are all those demons' hands? Just, yep. Yep. The great. This is another weapon. We'll get into that in a little bit. Okay, here's all these dark hands. Oops, I just sold a short bow. Alright, at least I stopped. Alright, the short bow. We'll keep one short bow, one composite, one long. We don't need 2 light crossbows. Heavy sorcerers, okay. We don't need 2 skull lanterns. We definitely don't need multiple plank shields. Probably don't need any plank shields, but we'll do that anyway. Holding on to everything. Okay. Let's check our armor. Any duplicate armor I don't want, because there's no, like, at least some weapons you might want to hold on to, because you might want to take one to plus 15, another one you might want to go fire, or, you know, lightning enchant on it, or whatever. Armor, there is no other enchant. You just enchant it up to plus 10, and that is it. So there's no reason to have multiple versions of the same armor, at least as far as I'm aware. Brass set, there's the crimson set, the gold set. Mostly it's going to be down towards the bottom. It's going to be the hollow stuff right here. We don't need hollow warrior stuff. You see, he's not giving us a ton, but we're getting some. We're up to 1,600 souls, and we are clearing out our inventory. We will hold on to 1 Balder set. We'll get rid of that. We'll hold on to the Silver Knight set. Painting set. The War's Head. Yep. Gargoyle. Paladin. Good. Good. And we're not going to wear a sack. And the rings, we're going to hold on to all of our rings. There we go. So we didn't get a ton, but we got a few souls out of that and cleaned out our inventory. Alright, so we got our bow. Did I equip the arrows? Make sure we have our large arrows equipped. There we go. We only have 66 of them, but it's alright. Next thing we're going to do, right quick before we leave, we have 2 NPCs to kill. So if you remember, we brought, and let me just make sure did we go over this lady? This might have been a few episodes ago, but you remember we rescued Rhea, I believe that is her name, and she's up here with the miracles. We rescued her down in the graveyard. Well, what's going to happen here sometime now, and it might have already happened, was the guy that's down there that we just ran by is going to come up here and he's going to kill her. And apparently that's been the whole thing all the time. Yes, so there's Rhea. I believe I did show that. She's selling miracles, healing miracles and such. We don't have the spells for him. But we're going to have to kill this guy, otherwise he's going to kill her, and then we can't buy the miracles off of her. We're also going to kill the guy down by the well. We haven't killed him so far. He really doesn't do much, but what's going to happen is now that Fenris is here, he will leave sometime in the next little bit of the game playthrough. And since there's nothing we can buy off him, and there's no reason to keep him around, we'll kill him and we'll get his 1,000 souls or whatever. I'm also going to go ahead and, because we're going to start needing souls, I'm going to start running the Covetous Serpent Ring as much as possible outside of when we absolutely need a certain ring. So I'm gonna... Can I backstab him right now?
By the lords.
Alright, well he's dead. And again, had we not killed him, he would eventually kill Rhea. So now he's dead. He's not so bad. This guy down here might cause us well, he won't cause us trouble, but you want to be careful. You don't want to kill this guy too early on in the game, as he's actually pretty tough. At our soul level, we'll probably tear through him pretty easily.
You have some love. I may be crestfallen.
There we go.
You're too shabby. You're too shabby.
At one point, I accidentally attacked him on one of my very early gameplays, and I didn't stand a chance. He just absolutely destroyed me, which was quite entertaining. He was very tough. Alright, now let's warp. We're going to go down to... where are we going? The Daughters of Chaos. It's also, what are our spells? We want Greater Fireball. Okay. So, 2 humanities. We need a twin humanity. Use item. Kindle. And Kindle. Now, as soon as I kill her, this punk's gonna attack us. He's not the problem. What'll happen though is once he dies, out of his eggshell is gonna come 8 or so, maybe 6 of these little worm things, and none of them are even a problem, but there's quite a few of them. So we want an AoE explosion, our fireball, in order to finish them off real quick in one big attack. So here we go. You can see those maggots come out of there. Yeah. Well, that didn't work, but alright. And whoop! Better not attack me. Egg and Firekeeper Saw. Now this bonfire is done for the rest of the game. We will not be able to warp here, we will not be able to rekindle it. It is gone, but it's fine. We have... Oh crap, I actually shouldn't have done that yet. We haven't killed the Ceaseless Discharge, so we can't get to the next bonfire down. Oh well, we'll live. It means a run down here when we actually finally come down to do this area, but this is going to actually be probably the last area we do. We're going to come out here. We're also going to kindle this bonfire now. So we need another Twin Humanities. Do we want to kill the Ceaseless Discharge? No, we're going to do all that in one thing. We'll do Ceaseless Discharge down through the Demon's Ruins, and then we'll do, whatchamacallit, the tree thing. Now, I'm not sure if this is... That looks only like a double kindle, not a triple. Let's drink an Estus Flask and see if we need to kindle it once more. We do need to kindle it once more. I thought so. Alright, so one more Humanity. We have one other person we're going to kill, so we're actually not going to make it to the Duke's Archives today. Unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. But that'll be the beginning of the next episode. We're basically ready to head up there and work on that place. Leave. Alright, back into here. So the last thing I'm going to show, and we'll probably be close to the last thing in this episode, is... Oh! Distracted thoughts. While this bonfire down here is now out, we can no longer kindle it or rest at it. You can still warp to it. Just when you get there, it's out. So you can't warp away from it. But we can warp there, then run down to that one and go. So we didn't actually lose anything. So that was good to do. But if you remember the Pyromancer, our friend the Pyromancer, and how he kind of vanished, and I wasn't sure where he was, and didn't find him, he is out here. But he's not with the Master Pyromancer. He's kind of off and gone mad. He saw that we had Chaos Pyromancies, and now he doesn't like us anymore. And so I gotta swap this out, unfortunately, for the Rusted Iron Ring. I'm also going to add purple clumps to my hotbar right there. And this isn't even somebody you attack. You just, if you come down here and he sees you, he's gonna start attacking you. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna go kill him, and that should be enough. Maybe we can go get a few more large Titanite shards in order to upgrade the bow to +10. Once we get it to +10, I have plenty of the Titanite chunks from farming those Dark Rays. I have a ton of those. I hang a hard left here out around so we don't aggro the big guys with the boulders. And then we'll go ahead. Let's come back around here. We could go down and do that also while we're here. Maybe we'll go down through the hollow. So there's one other area. So you can see here's this lady.
Truth.
The only thing she has left is that we can't modify our equipment anymore. So that's all we can get. But if you look kind of straight out there, there is the Pyromancer. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That'll finish this episode off quite nicely. We'll head all the way down. Let's hit this bonfire to set our spawn here. No. He almost got me on fire. So, you recall, let's see, so this has at least been kindled once. Has it been kindled the second time? We'll use another twin going through humanities like mad, but it's okay. As long as we have enough for the bosses left that we need to summon. And what do we have left? We can summon Knight Solaire to help us with the Centipede Demon. We can summon Solaire again to help us with Gwen, but that's after we can farm the humanities. Basically, as long as we have 1 or 2 humanities left, we're okay. We don't need to hold on to a bunch of humanities. Alright, so now that's kindled up to +3. Alright, let's go kill this guy. This is actually a good place to play with our bow. See, 160 damage, that's actually a pretty good hit. But what we can do... Now there's a little bit of a trick to the bow. The arrows fly from towards the left back towards the right. And you can actually look here, he's spawning these things. You don't see him actually casting anything, but he is the one spawning them. Let's see, can we go a little bit more right there? Yeah, right in the face. Yep, alright, that's enough of that. We want to be careful because he's gonna... That might be enough to kill him. Yep. Goodbye, Mr. Friend. Now, I probably shouldn't have shot him in the face. I should have charged up there so you could see. He was actually hostile to us. If we'd approached him just to, like, talk or whatever, he would have just outright attacked us. There is no conversation piece or anything. I apologize. I should have showed that. You'll have to take my word for it. Okay. So we got that done, that done. Leave. We're going to go enter the hollow. So down below the hollow, I've cleared that area out now on my other playthrough. If we continue down, and we were basically at the bottom when we saw the... what are they? The mushroom adults? Mushroom parents, I think they're called. We were at the bottom, and we shouldn't have fought them. We should have just made a run for it. When you clear out that area, once you get past there, there's another zone called Ash Lake. There's not a whole bunch to Ash Lake, but there's a little bit we'll see. Mainly, there's another Covenant down there, and there's a Hydra. I'll let you see the Covenant when we get there, because that's kind of cool without spoiling it. And the Hydra is like the Hydras from earlier, up by Havel and with Dusk. So we can go down that way, and so forth. And once we get down to the bottom there, we can always teleport back out via there's 2 bonfires down there. Okay, what shield do I have on? I have the fire shield on, it looks like. Maybe it's the magic one. Probably the magic one. Because we fought Gwendolyn. Alright, do we want to kindle this one? Yep, we want to kindle this one. Alright. Let's go ahead. We're out of Twin Humanities? Yep. Use item. Use item. Let's swap out. We're going to swap this out, and I know I said we were going to run this ring as much as possible. I don't feel like getting cursed, so I'm going to put on the Cursed Bite Ring. And I'm going to also put on the Blood Shield. And look how much curse resist that gives us. So this didn't actually curse us. What that's showing right there is how much it's increased our resistance to curse against. It made our bar bigger. Now when your bar first gets made bigger, it has to slowly degrade. So we basically tripled how much they're going to have to hit us with curse before we're going to get cursed. Kindle? Whoops. Oh, let's drink a flask while we're here just to make sure we kindle it. Kindle. And does that give us 2? There we go, we're back up to 20. Alright, so that's a double kindle. Okay, now we're going to go down through here real quick. Oh, we could go for it. Yeah! If I can remember how to do it. It's right here, isn't it? So if you remember, we saw some Twinkling Titanite guys, and I could never figure out how to get to them. Well, I eventually did learn how to get to them. I just got to remember how I do it. I think it's right here. We're going to hop off, and... Yep. And then this comes up and around. And these guys will respawn. In order to get them to respawn, though, basically you log out, log back in. And that will cause them to re-trigger. And there's actually 3 or 4 of them. No! What the heck? This should be open, that we could go through all the way. Why is that closed off? Because it should come out... Hang on. Something odd's going on here. Something very strange is happening. Can we hop down here? That path should have led through a tunnel. Oh, that's what we wanted to get on. Did I get up there? We wanted to get onto that path right there. So many things, I keep getting distracted. Alright, I'm going to sit down here. This may reset and may not. Let me double check now. To get onto that path, we want to get down onto this, which we want to do, was it right here? Without dying? Right there. Now follow this up and... No, you can't get up there this way, that's right. So you have to get to it a different way. Hang on. I don't really feel like dying. I'm just going to homeward bone back. Homeward bone. Return. Alright, we're not going to make it to the Hydra this episode. You might have heard the alarm there. I'm going to show you guys how to do this. We'll then cut the video. I'll reload it to make sure we can get to the guys. And then we'll kill these right there. You can see them take off and running. How do we get to it? Ah, that's what it is. No. He was just there. Right? I didn't just see things. But that's not the one we want to get on. Come here. Could have sworn that we were supposed to go... Ah! There it is! Nope, that one's gone too. Alright. I'm going to cut the video here because it's been about 30 minutes. We'll pick back up. I'm going to run around here for a sec and figure out what it is I forgot in order to get these guys. Because we're going to want these Twinkling Titanites. Because we're going to be upgrading some weapons here. We got to get onto this branch right here. In order to get on that one there, we got to get on it on that side. Ah, I'll figure it out. Anyway, so this has been Paler. Thanks for watching.